Welcome to Get Good. I wanted to give you all a heads up about the audio and video problems in this video. We didn't realize until after we had recorded, and it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of show. We just kind of talk, and it's not really something that we could replicate again if we went back and re-recorded. So I wanted to put it out anyway, but I'm just letting you guys know it's a one-time issue, and next time we will be back better than ever. And we're actually also about to make some improvements to our Get Good set, so check it out, stick around, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Welcome to Get Good. They're still on their way out. We got Trevor.
Back again for the second time.
That's a not great hand.
Gage tripped me with these.
I didn't look at the hand. I
It's
just
okay.
wanted to shuffle because it's okay.
I mean, all right. I'm going to hit 6 bricks off that.
I don't. I went undefeated in Swiss and YCS.
Oh, there's there's like no bricks in there. 0.
Well, so you're hitting contain. You're hitting like.
We're back. We got Trevor here for the second time. We got our 11-0 YCS. Only person with an oversized this. Ever.
Gluttony, gluttonal, devourer.
We just did a podcast yesterday, but we're back in the studio, and we got Trevor here, so we want to do one again.
So I don't got the introduction, huh?
Talk about the event. Yeah, can we go ahead and, can I borrow some of these?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just, I was told that, we should just keep on doing this. And
Someone very, very cool did tell us that.
someone very, very cool said to, tell you guys that don't like this to screw off and just keep doing it, so we may keep doing it.
It may rhyme with see your binder.
But no, the YCS was sick, man. Like, got to see so many cool people, got to see do so many cool things, and the crew, and you know, all 4 of us are gonna be in Richmond in a couple of weeks too. You know, so.
Yeah, Trevor's trying to get off work.
I'm gonna try to meet. Well, I'm gonna take care of shit.
It ain't looking good on the PTO days. I ain't gonna
If
lie.
Trevor's boss is watching this, duel him for it.
I'll piece you up, Brandon. You hadn't played since 2018, bro.
Brandon, what are you, wimp? Duel him for it. You scared?
Hadn't sleeved a deck since 2018 Nash. I got it.
You can sleep it for him.
Yeah.
You can take my deck to him. You can play with it.
Tell him to play Parley.
Is
guess
it that
we-
easy to play?
No.
I guess we can talk about the event a little bit more because, like, the other podcast that you guys will see in a few days.
Well, you've already seen it by now.
You guys have already seen
Yeah,
it.
you've
by
already
now,
seen it
yeah,
by now.
I guess. I guess it doesn't really work, huh?
Oh.
But it was
we were
more,
kind of. It was kind of like
we were
in the
just hyped.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were super hype, and we're just like talking about, you know, how the event went, like our feelings about like his prize card that he had gotten like 5 minutes before the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it was insane, and everything like that.
Yeah, I was actually so. I guess more to collect my thoughts on that. I was very, very surprised because I was very heartbroken losing in top 32.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, as I'm sure you should be, like go 11-0 and then lose to like horrible hands in top
yeah,
32.
you can literally look at the feature match. It was horrible.
Yeah, it was on feature. We're not capping there. Like it was just.
It was a
just
written
rough.
feature.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the fact that it happened to me. It was the fact that it happened to me again. That this is the second time it's happened to me. But we're gonna push forward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was wanting to do a podcast. I brought all quote unquote. I brought some equipment.
This
Yeah, a mic and a tripod.
and you.
And Logan came up to me. He was like, "Bro, I'm so glad you want to do that podcast." I was about to leave, and they called me up to get this get this prize card.
Literally, if he did not say, "Hold on, I'm gonna go to the car and get my mic. Let's do a podcast." Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I revenue. But anyways, if you didn't say that, I would have left, and I guess they would have shipped it to me. I really don't know.
I don't know.
They
I
may have
hope
just
so.
never gave it to me.
I don't know. Konami is.
I think they would have shipped it to
You
me.
think so?
Yeah, I think they would.
First person ever. They have to announce it sometime.
Mm-hmm.
They probably might have gave it to you at Richmond. Who knows? Oh, they could have emailed you and said, if you're going to be at Richmond. give it to
But
you.
the only thing that stinks is they wouldn't have had like a picture of me
taken.
to announce it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is super cool. It's super cool. Well, you weren't with us yesterday, so
I was not. My car was leaving.
how'd your event go, Trevor?
Well, I played Logan's list.
I think we all played like a very, very similar list.
I played his list.
Exactly. When we were like deck building, Trevor just goes, figure out the combo that you guys want to play, and I'll trust you. And,
Yeah,
he did.
I did so much YuGiOh the first half of the year, and after Nats, I was a little upset after Nats. So I wanted to take a break, and I guess I took too long of a break. So when I came back for this event, I just like was not tested up like I have been in the past first half of the year when I was World's Points grinding. So I kind of learned how to properly play Rescue Ace. Like
Got brainwashed by me.
I just saw the Pearly cards you shuffling. I kind of properly learned how to I say properly, but like not learned how to play Rescue Ace.
Logan said, "What I did was bad enough." Continue.
Oops. Okay, so not poorly learned how to play Rescue Ace Thursday night. Like me and Noah sat down to like 11 o'clock Thursday night, and I played with him for 10 hours straight. And after that, I was like, I can competently play this deck. And I played some more Thursday afternoon, and then some more after we submitted the list Friday, but it wasn't enough time. And that's my fault. But I went day one. I went 6-1 and 2. I was 6-0-2 going into the last round of day one, and I played Shuping. And my hand game one was like triple airlifter, Rhoda, Ricardo, something like that. I was doing everything I could to try to win that game though, but I made Dweller against a Rescue Ace mirror and tried to attack him to try to get him to activate something or try to bait out something and like try to make him think I had Zeus. I don't know. It wasn't gonna work.
Shipian did come here talk to us after that. He said that's a rough game to battle through as well.
Yeah.
For both of you. He tried to do everything, try to prevent you play. It's a pretty good game from him.
Well, he's somewhat game 2. Game 2, my hand was like Ash, Lancia, Durandal, Talents, and the regular, like the vanilla, the normal spell card, the Snake Eyes spell card. And so my plays, like I went like a normal summon Ash, equip Durandal. I decided to Durandal search Impulse. And then I Snake Eye summoned Hydrant. Use Hydrant effect, he imperms it, I pass. But his hands was like, he like Dia Bellstarred, but he like didn't use the effect because if I go Impulse, summon Preventer, I can just like book his guy. I guess he couldn't play. And then it gives me like bodies that he can't. Like I think I would have just ended up winning the game if he would have played into it because I would I guess his hand was pretty poor too. I know he had 3 imperms. He does that. He just attacks over my guy, passes. I top deck Airlifter. I go normal Airlifter. He imperms it again. I'm like, go ahead. And he like normal Hydrants, gets Preventer, links it off. I like Lancium. He passes again. I top deck another. He beats over my Airlifter, and then I top deck another Hydrant, normal summon. He imperms me again, and then I can't do anything.
It's a rough battle.
I think we looked back at it whenever I remember you were telling me about your hand, and if you had perfect information, I think you probably could have won.
Yeah,
but like that's not how YuGiOh works, right?
Yeah.
I think especially in the moment, and against like someone like Shimping.
Yeah.
You really have to play tight, and you have to, play safe.
Yeah.
And the play that we came up with was not safe. It was
No,
not.
not at all.
It was, but at the same time, something to think
he did
about.
have triple imperm though.
Yeah,
so
like the way like people win tournaments is just sometimes you gotta let the dice roll, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
They better have it,
Like, for example, a lot of them are like, after I got back a little bit, a lot of time, like, whenever I got back, I was like, when I was playing against on-chain, they normal summon Torga, I'm like, should I really imperm that thing? Like, a lot of time you learn how to put the level 6 or not. I'm
not really sure.
Level 6 pop from hand.
First off, this hand is the prettiest it can be. Well, very close.
It's an Ultra Fender.
It's pretty good. No, this is
Oh,
I think my hand's pretty good.
Also, you guys want to talk about this card now?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Sure. So, at our last podcast, we were talking about what was it? Well, how did we say it? Like
Well,
the
you said
best.
this is the best card at Indy, and we're not going to show you till after Indy.
Yeah, and the card was actually just instant fusion. So, the agreement was if we won the event, which unfortunately we did not.
Yep.
Isaiah was going to get a cup of noodles tattooed on him with Goop Frog. If you guys haven't seen Goop Frog, he's right there. And it was going to have a firefighter helmet on,
Which just goes hard. It goes
just
hard.
sitting in the cup of noodles.
Um,
And I tried
Yeah.
very hard to accomplish that.
dude, I was so positive he's going to get it at one point. And he should have. Instant Fusion, though, Instant Fusion goes hard, I think, especially into Rescuers and Burley, which is like the two most represented decks this event, at least in Top Cut. And, dude, the first place, was it first place that was playing Super Poly?
Second.
In the finals, Super Poly was played just to make Mud Dragon, which I think is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
In the Rescue Ace board, it clears 2 bodies, which can make them, can put them in a situation where they can't activate their traps.
Mhm.
And it makes Mud Dragon so that even if they can activate their traps, who cares? And in a lot of matchups, you can make Mud Dragon. So it's actually really cool. I don't know why we weren't thinking about that.
I tried it. I didn't like it. I thought it was too awkward. I thought it was. I didn't try it as much with Ricardo, I will admit. But when I tried it, I was playing Jet, and since
You discard
you discard so many cards, you just couldn't, man.
I never tried it in my deck, but I was talking about it with maybe Fox. I was talking about it with somebody, and I was just like, I don't think that's good. I don't think it is broad enough, and I don't think it does enough. But thinking about it and seeing it being played in the finals, I feel like it may be cool.
I mean, in the mirror, it's definitely powerful, but my tournament was not all mirrors, right?
Yeah, so gosh.
Same. It's just you're gonna think, people at home will see Top Cut and be like, Reshies was 40% of Top Cut. It was probably 50-60% of the field, but it just wasn't actually like that.
Yeah. It may be more represented going forward. I think this event, the more competitive players, the better players, had access to Rescue Ace, and I think that a lot of the people that weren't at that really hyper competitive level didn't have access to Rescue
Well,
Ace.
here's the crazy thing. I think a lot of the better players made huge mistakes. I really do. I think
I
they
do
were
too.
like, oh, this Rescue Ace is not as good as people thinks it is, and a lot of them didn't play it. And as you can see, if you look at the Top Cut, a lot of good players did not make Top Cut of this event.
Yeah.
And it was pretty apparent. A lot of them, some of them bubbled. True, like Jesse bubbled. Unchained, I think, is the second best deck right now. But
Yeah.
I think if you weren't playing Rescue Ace for this event, you were wrong.
The amount of weird decks that we saw, man, the Bastille Control that he played in top 32, that's an interesting deck. I played against Makonko and saw multiple other Makonko decks at this event, in later rounds at high
There's
tables.
one on the stream that was super cool.
Yeah, well, I played against it X1 round 7.
Yeah,
I
it
played
was
against
pretty
really late.
It was pretty late. It was 6 or 7.
Yeah, and it was that deck. I played against a lot of Flu. There was just a lot of decks that with this brand new set, you wouldn't expect to see that many of these other.
I played
decks.
2 Full Unders as well.
That deck was super
round
represented.
10, I was undefeated and another Full Unders was undefeated, which is crazy.
There's a decent amount of Rika too.
Yeah, I played 2 Rika.
Yeah. The event was weird, and like you said, I think a lot of good players didn't play the best deck, which is weird at an event like this, especially when the best deck is not accessible to everyone. It's weird that the people that should be playing it weren't.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people undervalued how good the Rescue Ace deck already was. It was a decent deck.
It just
It had
wasn't
consistency.
consistent.
It had
It
consistency
just
issues.
kept
Exactly.
breaking. There are too many breaks.
And this set completely fixed that, almost.
Yeah,
Almost
I think
completely.
completely.
I bricked 3 times in the entire tournament.
Yeah. Well, the reason that him and Fox basically like got knocked out of the event was because of inconsistency. But like, so it didn't completely fix it, but like it definitely.
I mean, you're playing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Your deck's
Your
it's
deck's
not perfect.
always gonna have some problem. Like that's a
Exactly.
part of card game.
I think there might be like a limit on how consistent it can be though, because of like you have to play contain and extinguish and
You have to play
Yeah.
traps. You have to play big monsters that you like have summoning conditions you have to meet, like with other cards. Like, yeah,
Maybe.
it's-
We have enablers, extenders,
Yeah.
engine requirements.
exactly.
I guess we can talk about this now. The Assault combo. We were playing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows about it now. I know everyone at the event knows about it. I didn't get a stream feature match, but I was playing it. Kamal was playing it. Kamal started off. I don't know if I said this already, but he started off 8-0, and then lost 3. Pretty much playing the
Man,
same deck, except he obviously had different non-engine and stuff.
Fox, who made top 16, was also playing it. I was playing it. Trevor was playing it. Like all of our crew base was playing it. It's real good, and you guys will see how it works relatively soon.
Whenever I say that combo, I got shocked. I was like, "Insane, bro! One
Yeah,
card."
It's really good. It's really good. Having like a very easily accessible combo that's really strong it's just insane.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to spoil too much because I want to keep some stuff, concealed for Richmond, I think. But, Airlifter by itself is Baron SP, 3 sets, and if you had 4 other cards in hand,
Yeah.
you have 5 cards in hand.
You end with 5 cards in hand with that board. It's just insane, and you can do it with 1 card. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
And like I think the chances of doing that in like our deck where we're playing 42 cards is like 75% chance of like opening that. Which is,
Just 1 card starters,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Because, you can stumble into it as well.
oh yeah, with like 2 card starters it gets like a lot higher as well because this deck has a bunch of 2
Yeah,
card starters.
literally round 9, I had full combo on my Rika opponent, and I messed up. So that just says how you can stumble into it randomly and it just happens.
Yeah.
Round 11 against Santoli, he impermed me twice, and I full comboed through double imperm, ended on the entire board. And he's just like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do? He didn't mess up where to imperm. It's just
They just keep going. They're just gas.
I think one thing people really underestimate is the playthrough ability with the simple spell engine with.
Well, at worst, the Simple Spoils engine is a 2500 beater that you summon for free.
I mean, it's an extender, right?
Yeah. Well, it's an extender, but at worst, it just deals with an SP. Right?
And another
or it just
thing-
deals with a Fender.
Another thing about the engine is, I think this is widely overlooked, is that Rescue Ace has a problem that if you draw multiple preventers, multiple turbulence, multiple normal summons, you can't do anything with them.
Yep.
But that engine fixes that problem.
And being able to put them in engrave is
Putting them in
Super
grave is
powerful.
insane.
Like-
It's insane.
If you open Airlifter and let's say your hand's Airlifter, Hydrant, the Sinful Spoils, Black Witch, and a Preventer, all of a sudden your hand's insane.
Yep.
Without that Preventer, your hand died to 1, or without that Black Witch, your hand would die to 1 hand trap.
It not only even gave you extender, it will Rescue has a problem before the simple foil stuff is how to get their card into graveyard. A lot of their monsters have summon requirement from hand by banished graveyard, right? Simple foil just completely fixed that problem.
Yep. And I played against 3 mirrors throughout the weekend, and it was clear to me who knew how to play against the mirror and who didn't. There was one player, I summoned Preventer, and he knew I already activated, or I hadn't activated Wanted, but I summoned Preventer and he Book-a-Mooned it, and I activated Wanted Search, Witch sent Preventer that was set because it doesn't have to just send face up cards.
yeah.
The Witch doesn't. Summon, effect, set the spell, Preventer, summon out Hydrant, and all of a sudden he's losing the game.
Yeah.
And it's cool, if you draw a trap, you can send it off, you can emergency it back, and then you can use the trap that turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Opening one of the traps, it seems like it pluses more actually if you have the witch.
It does. You can end with 5 set.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool. Like that engine just enables so much more for that deck, like a higher ceiling and an easier start.
It fixed a lot of the old problem I had. Just
I-
really did.
I played against an Ibley Lock Rescue Ace at the event.
So did PJ.
I got Ibley locked.
So did PJ. So I guess since PJ's not here, I'll tell his story. His opponent was playing the Ibley Lock. His opponent goes, Puzzle Mino. PJ goes, sure. He summons the guy, makes it level 2. Everybody's just gigantic. PJ's confused. He goes, sure. Guy goes, gigantic effect. He's like, yeah, that's fine. He summons out Ibley. He like links it away, gives him the Ibley, and the guy's like turbulence effect. PJ's like, no.
You're gigantic, Electra.
Yeah, you can only,
Yeah.
he's not a level 2 monster,
I
bro.
mean, you gotta do gigantic first before. No, not gigantic. You gotta do turbulence first before you do
Yeah,
gigantic.
but the reason the guy was doing this is to play around Imperm, is what he said.
But he couldn't. Like it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, my guy, I think did it correctly, but I lost that game. Like Ibley plus 2 traps plus like an SP.
Was that the match we were setting beside each other?
Was I playing against Rescue Ace in that match?
I don't remember what you were playing against, but I was setting beside like
Yeah,
shoulders
it
over
was.
your opponent.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. I lost that game.
It was
I
round
got
7?
smoked. I smoked that dude. Yeah, I think it was right after my McConco match. So I think it was McConco was 6. That was 7. I was playing against because that round I was sitting beside you, or like 2 tables from you, and like I think in between us was a jobber guy playing.
Round
Congo.
round 7, me and you sat next to each other. We just sat like a diagonal from each other or whatever. But your match was right beside mine.
Dude, it was. We were clumped up for a while. Like me, you, Noah, somebody else.
Me and
Connor.
Aaron were beside each other for like 3 or 4 rounds.
It was such a weird event. It was such a, like, we said it yesterday in the podcast, but like it was such a hard event.
To predict.
Well, yeah, I mean obviously, but it was a hard event to like play. It was 11 rounds, cut the top 32 with almost 2,000 people.
Yeah,
It
40,
was
49th
crazy.
through like
15th.
15th
Yep.
was X2.
15 through 49 was X2. It was crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
The fact that, yeah, there were so many people after 11 rounds. There were 14 X1 and better, or X1 1 better.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, there was draws, but there wasn't that many draws.
There
at that
really
event.
weren't.
You really,
Like
really
in X1. Now there was draws like X2 ones. There's a lot of X2 ones. I don't know if that was because people thought, they can be like, yo, bro, I don't know.
One of my opponents said to me, like, I beat him, and he's like, yeah, now I just have to get a draw and I can top. And I'm like, no.
No.
Like, because he was X2. I was like, no, you got to win out. And he's like, no, I can draw and get in the top cut. I'm like, I mean, okay.
You do you.
I don't think so, buddy.
top 32 is just way harder than top 64. Like,
Yeah, especially with that many people.
Yeah.
I mean, top 32 if there's 700 players is a little bit different than top 32 if there's 1,900
Or
players.
like-
This is the first top 32 YCS we've had in the States since
In a long time.
Mini, right?
Was Minneapolis top 32?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the last one.
I got-
Like obviously the 3v3 doesn't count, but
I got like 47th at Mini.
this is the-
Yeah.
Sucks.
this
I got like 41st at Charlotte.
I got, I don't even remember it many, but like 340, 45th.
But then when they switched to top 64, you just get like 7th. What happened with that?
I got six. Yeah, if it's top 64, I get like 6 after Swiss.
Bro.
Because I was thinking about roasting you. I'm like, oh, you can go top 64 events, but I was like, dude, he gets like 6th place.
There's more rounds and it gets higher.
It makes no sense. Maybe it's like a mental thing.
I don't know. No, this event was nothing other than I wasn't tested up enough. Bro.
Oh yeah, you could tell. Like
Yeah.
me and you talked about it. You said I'm not prepared,
Nope.
and like you told me, you're like I'm playing slow. Like I know I am, just because you're not familiar with interactions. This just gonna happen.
After my 2 draws were round 3 and 4, and then after I got the 2 draws, I was mad, and I was like, okay, I might not do like the best, like most, like super correct. I know how to play the deck generally, obviously, but like might not do like the best line as like Logan would or something. But like I'm just gonna like stick to a line and just go for it and not like sit there and like think for like
You'll
15 seconds between every play. You know?
You'll find yourself doing that with this deck because there's
Yeah.
like so many lines and like interactions that you can make.
There's a lot of tricks.
Yeah,
There is.
and it's just like thinking about which one is best. It like consumes you almost.
Yeah.
Then after that, I won the next three in a row, and then lost to Shooping. Yeah, I won the next four in a row, and then lost Shooping.
Well,
I mean, I
you'll bring
guess.
home to Richmond.
Yeah, I mean,
If I can go, to
if he can go, I think he'll be fine. You know, I know that Noah unfortunately went X2 and didn't top.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
This is the second event that's happened to him.
Man.
Because it also happened at the 3v3 in Vegas. It happened to me at the 3v3 in Vegas, but we weren't on the same team. But
I'm doing a lot of people that event.
he's been he's been in contention of every event he's played in except Nats. Nats was not his tournament,
No.
but
The last YCS he played at, he got top 8. He got 8th place.
Philly,
Last event?
yeah, Philly, right?
Yep.
YCS Philly, 8th place.
Yep.
Yep. We don't deal with 9th, but I think we got 10th sitting right here too.
Yeah, I got a game lost top 16.
yep.
Shout out accidentally writing one thrust.
Oh, you can't do that.
Oh well, it's supposed to be one thrust, one change art.
I've written 3 skill drain instead of 3 breakthrough skill. 1 skill drain was at 1. That was pretty unfortunate.
What happened there?
They made me take it off and gave me a game loss. They just like made me take those cards out of my deck and or the breakthrough skills
Yeah.
and gave me a game loss.
They're in your main deck or side?
They were my side.
Okay.
He said, "Can you recite your side deck in order, card for card?" And I did it. And he's like, "That's what we thought. But you're getting a game loss and you have to take them out." And I'm like, "Why'd you make me do it then?" what was the point of that?
We're gonna give you some extra baked toast.
That also happened to me. This is kind of a tangent, but never mind. I'm just not even gonna bring that up. That's like a way too long-winded story for like. It had nothing to do with that, but
There's a funny story about the event that happened to me. I was actually super nervous that I was gonna get I was gonna not be able to play the tournament anymore. But round 6, I went to look at the pairings and my name's just not on the sheet. And I was like, dude, I looked at it like a million times. I was sitting there and it was the one round that the online pairings were messed up. So it had something to do with that. And I was like looking at the sheet and I went like my name starts, the last name is CO. So I was looking at CO and I was like, dude, I'm not on here. So I was like, I'm going to go talk to the judges. Went to the judge booth and they were like, I was like, hey, my name's just not on the sheet. And they're like, what, did you turn your match slip in? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty confident. And then like 2, 3, 4 other people walk up and they're like, hey, my name's not on the sheet. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God they just messed something up. It's not me. Because I thought they were just going to be like, that's tough. You're just dropped. But what ended up happening was something with their pairings, or their system, dropped a bunch of people. It dropped 4 people, or 4 sets of people, 4 matches of people. And they ended up having to pair me with just whoever was left. So they paired me against, I was XO2 going in around 6, and they paired me with a guy that was X3.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
What is that?
That was this event.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
You didn't tell anyone.
yeah, another story happened to me is one round, I beat my opponent, and so I turned him on match, whatever, right? And I'm sitting there and I get my pairing. I'm like, okay, I'm at table 9 again for two games in a row. Cool. So I go sit at table 9, and I see my opponent sitting right beside of me. I'm like, you're X1. What are you doing here? And he goes, what am I doing here? And we look and it says draw. I'm like, whoa. So we both go up there and he's like, yeah, 100%. He beat me. Blah blah blah. They're like, hold on, let's get through the match slip. It literally shows that I won. Checked. It didn't say anything about draw. They just put it in incorrectly. Well, they told us that we have to play the same opponents. So I'm playing against an XO1, and I'm XO. This is round 8 or 7.
So they were doing like, some stuff happened at that event.
They just
Yeah.
didn't change.
And that opponent, okay, all of my opponents were great, except that guy. He was horrible. Like, I caught him trying to look at the bottom of my deck.
Oh, it was this one.
Oh, dude, I don't even feel bad about you talking.
Yeah, he got 2 warnings in our match. I caught him looking at the bottom of my deck. I caught him game 2 after I beat him game 1. He was being rude like the entire time.
The tier player, right?
Yeah, and game 2 he goes activate Merly effect, and he hadn't triggered a fusion effect that turn, and I was like no response, and he goes I don't have a target, so he was literally like cheating, trying to check for like a Bisteel or something.
Which he had in his hand, but he's a pro player.
Like I literally just called a judge because there was nothing he could fuse for. He's gonna make a mud dragon. Like I don't care about a mud dragon. You know what I mean? He's going first.
Yeah.
And I called a judge. He gets a warning. And then there was like another situation that happened, and one of the Texas players were like sitting beside of him, and he was like, and he like mouthed, "Is he trying to cheat?" And I'm like, you know. But, you know, the judges were watching him. He got 2 warnings. Apparently, one of my friends in the next round, the guy also got into it with his opponent after that. Like, the same guy got into it with another opponent, and, like, he got a warning there, too. So, I don't know if that guy got DQ'd or whatever, but
3 warnings is a game loss first, right?
I don't know.
Like,
That guy was being a menace.
like, okay, what was that, round 8?
I can't remember what
Round
round it
7.
was. It was pretty deep in the tournament.
It was pretty deep. Playing at, like, that table against an undefeated that deep into the tournament.
I think that made him mad.
Why are you illegally activating cards like that deep? I mean, don't do it at all. But like, I feel like that at that point is just stupid because like at that point, like your opponents aren't gonna fall for like stupid crap.
Well, like the thing is I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
Like if anyone's ever played me, I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to like games and stuff. Like you know, I want things to be proper, but like I'm not like any type of like rule shark or anything. If you activate something like, oh, I don't, you know, you activated like patchwork for example, and you accidentally milled one of your polys or something. You know, stuff like that happens all the time. But this was like, oh my gosh, it was so obvious.
Yeah.
He literally went early effect. I went it resolves. He like went. I don't have a target. Like, dude, like, this is so obvious.
I don't know why.
You know what I mean?
I don't know why people cheat like that, bro.
It's crazy.
It's just not worth it. Like,
There-
putting your name down, bro.
Dude, there was a lot of stuff like that. Like there was a person that I played that Fox also played that would read every single card like 4 or 5 times, and mine were foreign. So he would have me pull out my phone, hand him a translation and neuron. He'd say okay, and I'd put my phone down, and he'd say, "Can I read that again?" And I'd like pull it back out, and I'm just like, he goes, so our friend Thomas, shout out Thomas, he swapped his whole deck for foreign, and he didn't know what his deck did. Didn't know what a single card did. So he swapped them back with like one of us, and he couldn't find an alert. So he was like, "Look, please swap me the alert for the event." And I'm like, sure. So the only foreign card in my deck was alert, okay? Or the only I have the Debulsar engine for him, but like the only foreign rescue ace card.
Yeah.
And Turbulence, I set 4, and this dude goes, they have to say rescue ace cards because they don't say rescue ace. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I just threw rescue at him, like, read the first line. And he didn't even look at it. He just points at alert and says, "Can I read that one?" And I was like, the only foreign one? That's the one you want to read?
You're telling me this is the only one that doesn't say that,
Yeah.
but the rest of them do.
Is that what you're saying to me? And I was just like, I'm pretty chill too, right? Like, but when he said that, I was like, that was the only moment that I just snapped, man. I was like,
That guy
no!
tried to waste your time.
Like, yeah, like, he's just like, never mind. I'm like,
I've had that situation happen before. It was 2017.
Yeah.
Out of regional, I was playing Zoo, and I'm like 7-0 at this regional, and it's actually the regional that used to be hosted like 7 minutes from where I live, something like that, and I was like 7-0 in this regional. I'm playing this dude, and we're in like game like 3, and it's like a Zoo mirror, and I go activate Tenki. And my Tinky at the time were German. He's like, "Can I read something like that real quick?" I was just like, "Yeah," and I was like, "It's Tenki," you know, like, and he looks at it. He's like, "I need your translation. I need to look at something on this card." And I was like, okay. So I pulled out my binder and I like handed my like English Tinky, and he goes, "All right."
Bro.
Don't do that, man.
You didn't even look at it.
He literally goes. I handed it to him. I was like, "Here," and he's like, "All right."
Dude,
Sharking.
people like I don't understand what's up with people. Like, and people of that era too. This is also a tangent. But like, people of that era would just be like, "Yeah, do you have a translation for that pot of duality?" And like, because if you didn't, you got a game loss or a warning or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then if you were like, "It's pot of duality," they'd be like,
Judge.
And it's, bro, don't be that guy.
You know what's
Don't be
crazy?
That guy.
I hear horror stories of that to people all the time. But whenever I used to play foreign cards back then, no one ever asked me.
Bro,
No one. I would just like be playing. I'm not kidding. My entire deck was foreign back then.
Yeah.
And I would just be like, they'd be like, what'd I do? And I'd just read the card. Like I would, knew the text in and out. And I would tell them, what was cost, what wasn't, whatever. And then just be like, okay. I don't know if I just had so much confidence that they were just like,
For
Dude,
me. For me.
Wait a second. I'll let you go. I once, the complete opposite of that, got a game loss from a judge because I didn't have a translation for every single Metal Foe's name in my deck. Because they did the same thing. Every single card had the same text on every single card.
Yeah.
And I had one. And a judge gave me a game loss. Like, I think it was round 7 or 8 of original. I was X1. He gave me a
He
game
didn't
loss.
have to give you that.
Dude,
Like-
well, and it made me like that. That's what kept me from talking about that original. I've never forgotten it. So, like, I hate it, bro.
well, here's the thing, though. They're like way less strict about like that now.
They really are.
Yeah, they are.
Like the judges are just like, okay, you just get a translation next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like used to, it was.
They
Usually most people don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I know from like back
Back in the day.
several years ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they were like that. I actually stopped playing because my Zodiac deck that happened that regional was like, it was like half German, but it wasn't like it was like half whatever. Like my Tinkies, a lot of my staples were like foreign and stuff, and I stopped playing foreign cards after that for a while.
Deck cores, I usually don't play foreign cards. Like my cash core wasn't foreign. Like I have the foreign cards, but I was playing English ones.
Yeah.
And like my YCS core.
Now if I
like,
Euro swap, I just want Euro English.
that's fair.
For me, I just avoid foreign card. I'm already bad at English, bro. I don't want to deal with more foreign.
Fair.
I like foreign cards, man. Like
Same.
I got the Day of Bellstar engine foreign this event, which obviously I had to give people translations because it's new. I understood that.
Yeah.
But everybody was cool about it, man.
Yeah.
Like that one opponent was the only one that we just started talking about that
Yeah.
I had any gripe with. It's funny like the next round or like I play against undefeated, super cool. The next round play against another undefeated. When the ties are like super,
Yeah.
they want to win. Super nice, and it's just like top 32 opponent, super nice. Don't be a jerk.
Don't be
dude.
that guy.
If you go deep in a tournament, if you're gonna top a YCS, you're gonna play at least one of those guys. I promise you. Every time I played one at Philly, I don't remember exactly what he was in, but it was not a fun. He was just not a fun.
I just don't enjoy playing against those boys, man. Like one of the reasons I like to go to side events this time, didn't enter main events. It's like our side events guy plays super chill, super cool. Like
They're a lot more laid back
I-
too.
yeah,
I
they're
knew-
alone, like
I knew the guy at Philly I was gonna not have a good time with because when we sat down, he told me that I couldn't touch his deck, and I was like, all right, here we go.
I know.
Here we go.
I know exactly who you're talking about
Yeah.
because another one of my friends played him this weekend. I said, "Yeah, you had to watch him, huh?" He goes, "Yep," because he told me I couldn't touch his deck, and I told him to put the bottom 5 cards of his deck on top of his deck. That's how I want him to cut, and he bricked. Weird.
That's crazy. Yeah.
He's like, all right, here, shuffle it. You can shuffle it.
He just drops it. He goes, just full spaghetti.
But overall, I think the event was fun. The event was good.
I really enjoy this event a lot. Like sorry.
No, go ahead, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I really enjoy this event a lot. Like I've been playing YuGiOh for a long time. I had some health issues. So I was like, first event run back. So one of my besties, when you let know.
Yes, sir.
We were always have to be friends. I know the mighty Logan Kai, like, everyone tells me, he's good. Actually, for the first he topped. And I bring Giant car back. I worked my ass off for that. I really did, bro. I walked like probably 20,000 steps for it. I'm really, really happy. Really enjoyed. Made a lot of new friends. Got some subscribers.
Too bad the Stratos was gold.
Bro, why you have to ruin it? I mean,
Look,
it's a one-off one.
I'm just kidding.
I wish it was the same. Like it could be the same alt art or whatever, you know, but just
Don't make it
yeah,
gold.
don't make it gold. Like, well,
It actually looks kind of like up close, like it's textured and stuff. Like it actually kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm just harassing Lou.
there was one point back in the day when like I think it was Hope Harbinger. It was like, you know, this only printing was gold. I think it was that card. I literally didn't want to play the deck. Like for it, I just didn't want to play that deck because I had to play Hope Harbinger.
It's a gold secret. It's not that bad.
Shout
Dude,
out Hope Harbinger.
I remember when that thing came out, man. I was playing Pepe. My end board was Hope Harbinger, Giant Hand with some trap set, bro.
Oh,
My board
gold.
was hideous, but it was so good, man.
All gold, bro.
Old gold, bling bling, baby. I guess we can talk about the events coming up.
Yeah.
This
End it-
upcoming week.
End it with the events coming up.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You know, this upcoming weekend we have the Knoxville Regional.
Knox Regional hosted by Team Games.
It's gonna be an awesome event. You know, it's the first Knoxville Regional of the year, right? Or was there one at the beginning of the year?
There's
like
one
the
that-
season?
Of the season,
Of the
yeah.
season,
It's the
yeah.
first one of the season, yeah. But when was the last one? It was like
Mother's Day.
early this year.
Early
It
this
was on
year.
Mother's
The
Day.
one that I got third at, he got first at.
I was sick. I had COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to defend my title this time. I got first to the last one, so catch me there, defending my title.
I want Dylan Fox to top this one really bad because this is the first one he's getting to play in
Same.
since like ever, pretty much.
I'm super hyped, dude. I'm super hyped for this event too. All the boys are gonna be there, except Trevor, sadly.
I won't be there too, sadly.
And Lou. You only play side events. You wouldn't be there anyway. You play in that Winamat.
That's not true.
You play in
You would
that,
play in the Master Duel.
Yeah, the Master Duel.
Oh yeah, I dominate that.
We
Bring a stack of those construct medals back last time.
but it's definitely gonna be fun. After that is Richmond. Obviously, catch us in Richmond. Hopefully, depending on how fast our stuff gets here, we will have a bunch of stuff to give out at Richmond, and we'll announce that the week prior to Richmond. Then after that's Kentucky Regional, and a console tournament I think we're gonna go to, and then the next weekend is our event.
Oh, we're
So-
3v3.
Yep, the next like month is just completely filled with YuGiOh. Our 3v3, you know, gonna be the best one of them.
Also, if y'all want to come to the Mississippi Regional on the 12th, if you are in that area, go to it. I'll be there. Or the 11th.
I guess we can talk a little bit more about the moving podcast. You know, like you guys have already
Yeah.
seen, you know, the first one.
Yep, you guys already.
It really wasn't planned on being a
Like a-
series, but me and Luke were talking about it earlier, and we thought it would be a sick idea if we just like all the big events, we just go and host a podcast. It could be a 30-minute hour podcast, you know, real quick.
The one that we hosted the other day looks jank. Like we know that. Like you don't
That's
have to
the
tell
point,
us.
though.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be mobile. It's supposed to be this.
we're equipment wise. I mean, we're gonna try to revise it. But it was cool.
But
Like
I see
in the moment was cool.
Yeah.
We were all super hyped, like and sad, but we were all super hyped. And it's just like we have so many friends that we only see at events, and we like see so many like cool people at events. Like it'd be cool to be.
And they
able
want
to
to be
do.
on the podcast.
Exactly, and it would be cool to be able to do that with them. So I think we're gonna be starting to do that soon.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah,
Is
I
it
mean-
right?
like? Did y'all have to check with Konami about that? Or
We
is
did it in the. We didn't do it in the hall.
Oh.
We didn't use the venue. We did not do it in the venue.
I didn't know if we
Yeah.
could do it in the venue or not.
Oh.
I mean, they have an area that you can record in, so I don't know why you couldn't.
Yeah.
They have a little area. It's like it was like over there near the side of an area. I guess for Richmond, we're planning on doing one. I guess.
Yeah. So it's cool. You know, catch us there, and I don't know when we'll do it at the event. But
Yeah,
we'll
it'll probably be after the actual tournament to like
Yeah.
recap the tournament.
Man, let's all go to the Italy YCS on the 8th.
It's sold out.
Oh, never mind.
What's the name of
I
it?
was okay. So I was booking a flight. Like I was looking at flights to Italy, and then I got like a Facebook notification. and it was Chris LeBlanc saying that the YCS is sold out. Like the YCS that I was booking a flight to. That's a true story.
So he can't go either.
I'm assuming he already had
Apparently, there's people that like enter that.
he already had entry. I assume.
Yeah, that, like they just enter it just in case they might go.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have. I should have. I will next time. But I was actually gonna go.
You know what I
to
mean?
that.
Like they're not. They're like, I might go to that. Book it as soon as it enter as soon as.
How many people they kept at that thing?
I don't know. It didn't say. It just said Konami posted that it was at 90% capacity, and then an hour later it was sold out.
That's probably when a lot of people were like, I
Yeah.
might go to that.
And I didn't catch it until after that hour later, and I was just bummed.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
But I would like to go to a European one.
You should be able to I don't know, be in a queue or something, and if somebody says they're not gonna go, they should email you out.
Yeah, but a lot of people just don't show up that day, and they're like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's
But-
$50, but whatever, $50 to maybe go.
Yeah, I mean, I think they still send you your packs and stuff, or they
Do they?
just refund you. They do something like that.
I know
I'm
the
sure.
side deck refunds you. I didn't know how it worked in Europe.
Oh yeah, because the side deck doesn't.
I guess we can talk about Richmond real quick if you guys want to.
Sure.
I think everyone knows this, should know this by now. I think YCS is going to be way more popular.
Yeah.
Way more popular.
It's going to be more accessible. The new car, the Sinful Spoils car is going to be more accessible.
It's more circulated.
The lists are coming out. People are getting to understand how to play the deck, how to build the deck, all that stuff.
Yep. So prepare for that.
But how do you prepare for it though?
Well, I don't know if we should say that now. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, we have some
The
things
thing,
up our sleeve.
the thing about Rescue Ace is, it's not like the previous most represented deck, Kashtira, where any non-engine card just kills it. Book of Moon doesn't just wipe it out, right? Book of Eclipse doesn't just wipe it out. One Imperm or one Talons doesn't just kill the deck. You have to devote resources to it.
Yes.
So it's a little bit harder to prepare for.
Also, just felt like when Kashira, people would be over prepared for Kashira, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think Rescue Ace is similar, right? Because we were talking about with Rescue Ace how it kind of feels like Cash before all the stuff got hit,
Yeah.
where Cash is oh, Nib's really good if your opponent doesn't just go Rise Hard Pass,
Yeah.
or this card's really good if you don't get zone locked. It kind of feels like that. It's oh, Evelyn's really good
If
if your opponent doesn't summon Baron,
Yeah.
or Ultimate Slayer was a card being seen. Oh, that's great. But what if they just don't make synchros, or just don't make links, for example?
It's like Xyz Encore and against Pearly. It's that card's really good, and then they end on the negate XC and then hand traps.
Another dude or something to
Yeah.
pass, and
Yeah.
you're
Well, this card's neg.
Yeah, a lot of party was playing around that, just in a smaller board with hand trap and stuff.
But yeah, what do you guys think are going to be the slightly less represented decks? Obviously, Pearly was second most represented in top cut of this event. We talked about how Flundries was super represented throughout Swiss.
I think the Unchained deck will go up in popularity. I think it'll be more top cut spots this time.
I think Tier Element is probably gonna go down a little.
Yeah, I
more.
think Tier was overhyped hard. This
I do
event.
too.
Well, I told you all that. We all talked about it. We all agreed that Tier just wasn't as good as everybody thought it was.
Yep.
And another thing was everyone was respecting Tier. I played 3 cards in my side deck. It wasn't anything crazy. It's just I thought the deck had such a good matchup. You can Blind Dweller. One of my opponents, I played against Paulo. Everyone knows what he's playing at an event. I won the die roll. Game 1, made Dweller. That's the match, man.
Yep.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, round 1, game 1, I blind dwellered, and it was against Unchained, and he scooped. I didn't see his deck. He scooped, I ended on Baron, Dweller, SP, set 4, and he scooped, started, and it was Unchained. I was like, that was pretty good.
Did you just guess, or did you know he was playing?
I just could do it.
And you just did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that if you can end on your full board and then just make Dweller,
Do it.
why not do it?
You can do that
Yeah.
if you open Instant Fusion.
I
Turns
open
off
Instant
prevention.
Fusion.
Yeah.
If you can open Instant Fusion, you can do it all.
Yeah. One of my opponents, I would ask my opponents how many cards were in their deck, if I won the dice roll. And if they said a certain number, and I'd look them down, be like, you look like a tier duelist. One of my opponents, I swear this happened. I literally was going for the Dweller line, and he nibbed me. And he goes, did you know I was on Unchained? I was like, nah, you just look like you were playing Unchained, bro. you just look like an Unchained duelist, man. I don't know what it was. But one of my opponents, we played 42 for the event, and he thought I was on Unchained, so he Dwellered me blind. And he got cooked.
He must not know the YuGiOh god.
He must not. I showed him. I made him a believer.
We could not cut this deck to 40 for this
Man.
event.
Well, I don't even know if it's correct. Like, you have so many bricks.
Yeah.
Like, they are, yes, if you go first, you open the traps, they're not the worst. But going second, they're bricks. There's nothing to get around that. Drawing the tuner's not great. And, if you up the deck count some, your consistency's still high.
Yep.
You still have a high chance of seeing a going second card, but you decrease the chance of seeing that.
Break.
Yeah.
And the decrease of seeing the other cards isn't that big of a deal, man. All the cards are so powerful now that you don't need to see specific cards like you used to.
Yeah,
I agree. I had to agree on that. Like,
for sure. The deck's just really good.
I think if I do end up going to Richmond, I'll play it again. But I'll be more prepared.
you know the deck way better than
I know the deck way better now than
Saturday,
Saturday morning.
Saturday
or Saturday,
morning.
the beginning of Saturday for sure.
Yeah,
I learned more. I actually think I'm pretty decent with the deck now. I learned as the tournament went on.
yeah, you will.
The technical play. Just I think had a real opportunity to top that event if I just didn't break against Shoot Ping.
yeah.
It's I was playing a lot better.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be no surprise that I play this deck again.
Yeah.
And I'm not playing this deck for a very long time until I literally probably can't. Or
Turn
I
into
get
a fire hydrant.
yeah, I think I'm about quitting insurance actually and just straight becoming a
Firefighter.
yeah, or an ambulance. Just become the ambulance. But no, a lot of my opponents knew I was on Rescue Ace. They did,
Yeah.
100%. They're like, oh, I watched your videos. I was like, yeah, they're like, yeah, you're on Rescue Ace? I'm like, duh.
What else would I be playing?
I didn't hide it, bro. I was like, normal summon airlifter effect.
Foolish burial Senegita.
But it didn't matter, man. They can't make Dweller against this deck. There's no advantage to it.
Turns off Preventer. It turns off Ricardito and Gray.
And
You gotta play
emergency.
around that.
I need murders.
Emergency.
Oh, it also turned out the spell, right?
Wanted.
Wanted.
And the Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Dude, I played against Manadome round 8. Game 2, I had to play under Joel, and I outed every card he had, and had a couple back row with Baron, and his crackback, he outed everything, but the only thing he ended on was this little Scareclaw guy, or what's his name? The one that searches the Lightheart. Yeah, it's the only thing he ended on. I had nothing. Draw, search level 1 tuner, draw a card.
It's insane.
And then, search, set 4 again. I just went, I went from no cards in my hand. I went to just having this to having,
10 cards.
yeah.
You literally have, without playing a card, you can have, 4 cards in your hand. It's insane. If you just have the field spell in your top decking, you put 4 cards in your hand.
No.
And if you don't have the field spell, it's 3 cards in your hand. It's insane.
I also think with this deck, you have to put yourself in a chance to get lucky. Because the deck has so many 1-card starters that, you just need one of them to get through. It doesn't matter what gets through. You need one of them to get through, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if one of them gets through, you probably win. That's just how the deck is, unless you're playing the mirror and one of those gets through. And that's kind of how I approached playing the deck. All right, when I'm breaking boards, I'm like, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this. This is my last card. This is what I'm playing last, and that's what would sell a game.
Yeah.
In top 32, if I had one semi-playable card in either one of my 2 hands, I won the match. That's how good the deck is.
I definitely agree. Even before before Indiana, I was telling everyone on the team, I was like, you gotta need to prepare for Rescue Ace. I think that will be 50% off the top cut. It went up near it didn't reach 50%, no 40%. But the funny thing is, like, there are just not enough people playing it. I played a lot of side events this weekend. I did not see a single rest at least.
I was talking to like a guy I know that's like a local guy that was at the event I hadn't seen in a while, and he was asking me, he's like, dude, that deck's just hard to play, bro. He's like, it's so complicated. I don't know. That's like what turns some people off, I guess. I'm like, I mean, I learned it in like pretty quickly. It's not that bad.
I don't think it's that.
It's different.
It's
It's a different deck.
It is
Yeah.
a different.
It's not hard to play, but it's hard to master.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean,
Like he was talking about on our last podcast, like there's so many like hidden interactions and like things that you just like need to play the deck to know. And,
Yeah, and I helped Fox a lot, you know, because we literally talked every day. And, you know, I would tell him, hey, you know, when you're doing this line, think about this because this can come up in this scenario and you can do this, this, that, and this. He would play the next round, man, and it would happen. And he'd be like, dude, you literally just won me the match. That happened like 2 or 3 times
Yeah.
at the YCS.
it's not a deck you can pick up and just start playing. You gotta practice for it. It's really
Yeah.
that type of deck.
more so than a lot of decks.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
But I think the payoff, as you can see, is well worth
it's
it.
pretty well.
Well worth it.
Yeah.
I also, I guess real quick, I also played something that nobody else played. That would be Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, which everybody said it was stupid, and it was stupid. But I got super rewarded for playing it. You know when you make a bad decision, you get really rewarded for it. That's what I did.
He played 3 flew unders, man, in the first 4 rounds.
It was crazy. I came up my round 2. I was like, I Ghost Ogred. I basically ended on nothing. Like I just got stopped. I Ghost Ogred his map, and he just goes, that Ghost Ogre just won you this game. And I'm like, bro, can you please come tell my friends that? Like, please.
I played that deck round 1 as well.
Going forward, I'll probably not be playing that. But it was pretty nice. I don't regret playing it. There was never a scenario where it was bad. I Ghost Ogre to White Cat one time. That was pretty funny. The dude looked disgusted.
I mean, Ghost Ogre in general just.
We already talked about it.
That's your decision. I'm very.
We already talked about this in our deck profile, though. You think it's fun to
Yeah.
talk about?
I didn't even realize what I was like holding.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Oh no, we can if you want, but I was just kind of showing.
Yeah, so a lot of people, I've seen like no one playing Lancia, and I think people are crazy, man. Because, so, it checks a couple different things. Like if you play
destroyed my Flunder opponent too.
Oh my
Flunder,
gosh, bro.
round 10, it's literally why I won the match.
Yeah.
100%. Like, he shifted me all 3 games. We're both 9-0. He shifted me all 3 games. Game 3, emergency, summon turbulence, effect, set 4, go. Draw phase, activate artifact Lancia. He goes, shuffles his hand, activate unexplored lands, sure. Effect, reveal Robina, put on bottom, draw a card, set 1, pass. His hand was like prosperity, map. It was insane.
I mean, with Prosperity with being like heavily played in the format for most of the deck, like last year just stopping that like
It also hits Mana Dome.
mana down as well.
It's Mana Dome. It hits the mirror.
We're still going, but this stopped.
Well, I guess we can get it out here then.
So we haven't had video for a minute, but we'll just upload it with the audio and put like a nice image of Logan.
Hold my car.
Screen.
No, put a him let Javen Photoshop a fire hat on him.
I just looked at the time and I was like, I think it's been over our time limit because my phone only had like 47% or 47 minutes left to record.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's been over that.
We went a little too long.
You can put a little, Rescue Ace meme for him, and you can put like Mud Dragon with my face on it.
I put my sleepy emoji on it.
Yeah.
I got you. We'll lock it up. Sorry for everybody that wanted to watch and has just been listening for a while, but we can finish talking about whatever and then
Yeah.
end it up.
I think cards that got better, like as the tournament went on for me, were Lancia and Thrust. I think.
Yeah. MCO was insane. I wish that I played Thrust. Like, that's a card that I really wish I had in my deck list. I think it's really, really good against the mirror.
I might sound crazy, but I played enough like
I had to play on
20 some
Brother
games
Shelters.
inside events, but Strike went crazy for me. I don't know that it's crack or not.
I wanted this in my deck.
I played this. I didn't play Nib, but I think this card was crazy.
I like Nib too, though.
I want to play Nib.
What were you guys siding that in against, though?
This?
Yeah.
Any combo deck.
Pearly.
Flu, Pearly, which I had so much stuff against Flu.
I don't like that card against Pearly.
Like,
It never works for me, ever.
That's fair.
I mean, I can play around it pretty easy. Like, I'm a Pearly player forever.
I
We're
wanted
talking
to,
about Droll and Logbird.
Yeah,
For
Droll-
anyone,
Yeah.
I guess they
Droll
can't
and
see, you know.
I wanted to have something to put in against any combo deck, and like to respect that. But I think like looking back, I think it was really, really good. But I think looking back, like I wish it was Nib. I think Nib would have been better.
I wanted, like, we sided 2 Nib in Logan's list, and I kind of wish I would have sided 3.
Yeah.
That card was crazy.
And
Dude.
what we mean by that is don't play Nib. You shouldn't.
I mean, yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
I mean, even the side events Nib was doing pretty well for me in the main deck.
Yeah.
If you open Nib Lancey against the mirror, they're not doing anything. Anything. I mean, they might do.
Yeah,
Something.
they'll activate emergency and they'll go, wee woo,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and they will set their 4 traps and pass.
But I have Imperm too.
Now, if you have all that, you're probably not playing because they're going to talent your hand. They're me.
But I think I'm very proud of the boys. I think Guud Gaming represented super well this weekend. Having the first undefeated in Swiss this year, this season, and
Imagine if Noah would have got 32nd. I had to play Logan.
we were joking about that, man. We were like, he's gonna get 32nd, and then I was saying I want him to get 31st, so it teases him really hard, so he like thinks he's gonna have to play Logan. But I never imagined he was not gonna make it, and we got down.
I
to
thought there was a chance because he told me his tiebreakers were very bad.
Oh,
Yeah, the people that beat him just lost out.
I didn't realize that.
And they
It was-
dropped and stuff.
Like after when it got down and he wasn't on there, like down to 31 and it wasn't him, I'm like, please be 32. Please just play Logan. Like please. We need him to at least get the mat, right? Like at least like make it. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, he was heartbroken for sure.
I felt bad for Noah,
But you know, I think though, regardless of him bubbling or not, it was still an accomplishment. You know, you still had the same record as, you know, like
Half
what,
of top cut.
half of Top Cut, you know.
Over half.
But you got to look at it this way. Philly wasn't a fluke, you know. Like we had 5 people in Top Cut there,
Yeah.
and we had almost 3 in Top Cut here. Like it's not like, you know, we didn't just get lucky, man. Like it's not, you know, it's not like we understand like what we're doing and working together as a team. And
Well,
I think we'll be getting a lot better as a team. Like,
I think-
especially
I mean,
people working
I'm not
together.
trying to like brag on us. I'm very proud of the guys. Like what I'm saying is like I'm agreeing with you. Like I'm super proud of the guys. Like everybody's worked super hard to like adapt to the formats, to learn our decks, to get better at this game together. And yeah, I mean we're gonna keep representing. We're gonna keep getting there, topping. Hopefully, just keep getting better.
yeah, and I think our team's really unconventional, right? Like most teams, like I don't know if people know this that aren't like have ever been sponsored by a team before, but I've been on. I know Trevor's been on another team, and I've been on
2 or 3.
2 or 3 other teams, and none of them work together hardly, man. It's usually just a jersey. They might have a group chat, but it usually just goes as far as you're sponsored by this card store or whatever. You get cool stuff, but you still have your click, man. That's usually how it goes. And usually a lot of players just get on there to get money or whatever, right? Usually that's how it is. You know, I don't know the inner workings of like JNC or any of these other teams, but you know, I know a lot of teams don't do that.
My team was like, my old team, we worked together some, but like, man, no shade, I love all you guys, but like, y'all are like, I should play Trevor's Live.
They didn't fight back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
that-
do.
that's
We get
dangerous.
heated up in this Guud Gaming house. We go crazy.
PJ went rogue this event. because he was like, I don't agree with you guys.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
What do you think PG did?
we're not.
he just changed his deck.
You know, we're not. Maybe we were wrong. You know, I like that he had the. I guess the guts to do that.
I mean, that's good. Like, you need to have a mind for yourself, right?
Yes.
Because A, that's how you grow. B, that's how you realize, you know, if you did make this mistake, why did you make this mistake? Not just, oh, I'm going to play their deck and it didn't work out, so it must have been wrong. You know?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm one of those persons on the team. I always play different deck than anyone. I haven't had any wins yet, but I bubble enough. Bubble like a couple of them.
but yeah, I mean, definitely. My point was, I think our team is, like you said, really unconventional, and I'm very proud of how we are accomplishing what we're setting out to do.
Yeah. Like, I had a few people come up to me at this event, and they're like, dude, I love you guys. You guys are, like, all friends. Or you guys act like you're all friends. And I'm like, we are. Like,
We literally just hang out and do stuff.
It's just funny that I never top 8 wins or anything. I thought I'm just some random guy, and there's like 4 or 5 people come talk to me this weekend. I like your Sorcerer deck. I'm like,
Now that I've been settled in on the team for a little bit, I'm really glad that's how the dynamic was, and not just we wear the same jersey. We might say hey to each other, talk for an hour or two here and there, but yeah, I didn't
no,
want,
when you're on the team, bro, you're in it, bro.
Yes, sir.
And you know, some people that don't work for them, you know, they don't want to be a part of the unit. You know, I don't know if anyone, you know, I played sports in high school, and you know, you're part of the team, bro. You have to hang out with them. You have to, you know, to be good.
We're like the YuGiOh card. It's called like Stronghold, the Moving Castle.
sometimes,
Yes, sir.
sometimes I don't want to play wins. He literally come to my house and drag me out, bro.
Yeah,
he done that a couple times.
I'm getting peer pressured hard to just quit my job and go to Richmond, but
I mean, I don't think you should quit your job. That's a bad financial decision. But I'm just saying, if your boss is watching right now, you know, your boy needs to redeem himself
You got to do
at
it
Richmond.
for it.
And he said he would work any amount of doubles that you need him to work, and also mow your grass.
I don't know.
And weed eat.
I've seen that man's house. His yard is rough. It gets flooded sometimes, bro.
I mean, that's what happens when you're in the swamp.
Yeah, but he.
All right, guys.
That's been Get Good.
That was Get Good.
Thank you guys for watching and listening. Sorry about the video problems.
Peace, guys.